Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the It's All Been Done Before podcast. And as you know, my name is Phil Pravda from SUITCAFE.com. Yes, I'm in the clothing business. Most of you know me for that. And what is it that's all been done before? Well, the theme of this podcast, as many of you have been listening and watching before, is there are many people out there who want to get into business, who have been in business or want to continue a business, and they find a way to make that business better and greater than it was before, because most businesses have been done before, no matter what it is. If you're in the car business, clothing business, if you're in the medical field, someone's done what you're doing, but these people who I've found, my guests have found a way to do it even better and make themselves successful at it. So today's guest is the infamous and famous, of course, Wayne Schneider from PCNY. He's very well known on Instagram. We'll get into all the Instagram and social media stuff with him. And he has a very interesting story. He does a lot of things. He's into cars. He's into very charitable, philanthropic type of person. And he's got a lot of interesting connections, does a lot of different things, and he shows everything that he does on Instagram. And Wayne, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate you having me, actually. Thank you. Thank you.
So,
I don't usually get to tell my story too. Not that I don't usually do it. I don't have the time to do it. To be honest with you, I do get invited to a million of these. I'll be honest with you. And I kind of just never really accept them. Not that I don't accept. I'm busy. I'm caught up. It takes time. Like I'm saying, even now, like missing phone calls, especially doing it during the day. I would never do this, but something we found each other for the years. The way you speak, the way we spoke. I'm like, I'm gonna do it with you.
Yeah, I really appreciate you. I know you're busy.
Not that I'm trying, like, I'm not such a big deal, but it's hard for me.
No, I understand. Everybody's busy. Everybody's busy these days, and anybody in business, it's almost like the business is 24 hours. You take it home with you. You're on the phone all the time. There's people DMing and texting and messaging, and it's like a never-ending process. So, and of course, with you, you have multiple things going on. So you have PCNY, which I always wondered what it stood for. I looked it up. And I saw the PC stands for Precision Concierge.
Correct.
So is that where you started with Precision Concierge?
I'm going to start you from ground zero. Ground zero at when that started, not ground zero in my life, because I don't know if your podcast is ready for that. People might be, what the hell is happening?
Right.
Cops. So Precision Concierge started when my brother, was Oren, who was my partner in it, he was working for a hedge fund family. He was a Manny, like take care of the kids, but he was a guy that did it. So instead of being a Manny, he was a Manny. And, these guys were families billionaires, like real billionaires that really lived like a billionaire life, 10 different assistants, everything is private plane, everything is drivers, 10 different houses, the whole 9 yards. And I was like, damn, and I used to see how they would spend money on anything to accommodate them, to make this guy's life easy. I said, we need to, that's my wife. Hold on, just folks. You know what? That bomb went today, and I told her
I got the video back here. It's no problem.
Yeah, I got to send her a car. I told her I don't want to see you in train today.
Okay.
Business
comes first. Business comes first.
No, you saw what happened in Brooklyn, right?
I saw what happened in Brooklyn. It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
I was watching the video.
I don't want her on the train. That's what I'm saying.
I was watching. They're looking for the gunman.
Yeah, those bombs too.
Yeah, with bombs and everything.
Yeah, I saw the smoke coming off that subway.
Babe, I'm on a podcast. Just order the car yourself. Okay? Just take it. We should take it. All right? Okay, bye. Be safe. Love you. Bye. Let's see. 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a crazy situation.
Fucked up. No breaks. Kirk, I'm on a podcast. Can I call you back, or is it important? What is it? I can find one. Not today? No, I can't. Get the budget. No, we'll see. Give me like an hour. I'll call you back, right? Oh, hell no. Bye, bro. I'll call you later. Bye. No budget. Are you kidding me? So the guy takes the car out for an hour, right? Just to do a favor for someone. He gets hit. He has a huge accident on his car. There was no budget for making money. Think about how that makes sense. And we're friends is different. Imagine the guy takes his car out, right? So for this photo shoot, that there's no budget, like anything they'll pay, whatever, or there's no money. Oh, okay. So you gotta give me, but Kirk, I'm on doing a podcast. Like I can get him a car, but you gotta give me a minute for this to be over. If you can't wait, I can't help him. All right, bud. Jesus, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
We're good. You can leave that on the podcast too. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's great.
It's action. It's real shit. So
real is the best way.
So he was working with us, and I said, "Now I want to get connected with these families. This is a good way." I had an office job at the time. I'm like, I want to do like helping other families that want to pay extreme amount of money just to make their life easy. So I said, Warren, let's let's start a business. Let's start like a concierge service. It seems like you were helping out other families too, like through them. And in 2008, this is the real story. In 2008, we instead of starting like actual concierge service, we wanted to start a car rental business because we were renting cars for ourselves back in the days. I said, let's start with that, and from there we'll meet people and whatever. Well, the market crashed, obviously, and anybody's renting. I wanted to do exotic cars. No one's renting exotic cars. So 2 years go by, and I'm still working my office job. He still has his job with the family, and I'm paying this phone number, and I had my logo already at that point. So I had business cards ready. I had my logo. And, I was like, Oren, it's time to start the business up. Forget the rental cars because it's 2010. Still people are screwed up. Nobody's really going to rent the exotic cars now, and I don't want to deal with it. Let's just start a full-blown car service. We'll buy a car, and from there, we'll just network with the people, and we'll drive them. We'll get to know them, and then hopefully we get we get something out of it.
Now, this is pre-Uber.
Pre-Uber, right before Uber.
Right.
So there's a company called Dial 7. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Sure, of course.
So my goal, we bought a Mercedes, a nice Mercedes, and the goal was whatever Dial 7's prices are, I'm going to beat them.
Right.
So you're going to have me pick you up, and you're going to go to the airport, LaGuardia, for $40 in an S-Class, $50 in a JFK, $80 in Newark, in an S-Class with me driving. And I wasn't charging wait time, wasn't doing that. I was just freestyling the whole thing.
Right. So you were doing the driving. You had the one car, and you're doing the driving.
Yeah, one car. I did the driving. I was living in Hastings at the time. So someone would call me. I'd wake up at 5 a.m. call. I'd wake up at 3:30, drive down to the city for $35, drop the person in LaGuardia, and drive back home.
Right. And
then go to my day job. And I was doing that for a while, and finally, it's actually you can appreciate the story. Hold on, this is about to get good.
Yeah.
So that's August of 2010. We finally start. And by the fourth month, we're starting to do 2 calls a day here and there. And every time we have 2 calls, we have to go to Hertz and rent the car. It costs us $400 to rent the truck for the day. And it's really not beneficial. So 4 months go by. I'm like, we really need to buy another car. Like, it doesn't make sense. Every time we rent the car, it's $400. We can have it as a payment, and we have a car for the month.
Right.
So he's like, you're right. So it's December of 2010. We go buy Escalades. Now we have the Escalade and the Benz. Whenever there's a call, I go or he goes, and this is still a small amount of clients. We have like 10 clients, the most.
Sure.
We met one person through my other brother, and this lady, she was a jeweler, and she connected with 3 of her other friends. They're all like, different types of self-entrepreneurs, marketing.
But you're getting some regulars now. You're building it.
Regulars, yes, regulars. They're travelers. They constantly go to the airport.
You're right.
So. And they're actually, because obviously the prices are so good, and I'm Jewish, so I can say they're like super Jews. So if the price is great, they're going for it, like no problem.
And then maybe they use you more.
It's true.
You start to do volume, they use you a little more because the price is good.
Right. So this is where it gets good. So we're growing. It's cool. It's fun meeting people. I'm enjoying driving. Then I said, we gotta grow this business a little more. What can we do? This is April of 2011. He goes, I said, we need to get like another car that maybe can, is it too much noise in here? Is it okay?
Maybe a little too much background noise, yeah, when you're talking.
Yeah. Sorry, there's just no, the other room upstairs will be empty, but it's
Oh, no, just keep talking, just stand a little closer to the phone, that's all.
Okay. Oh, look, this is my partner, Oren, right here. Hey, we're on the podcast with the SUITCAFE.
That's your brother?
Yeah, Oren.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Oren, say hi.
He's blurry. He's too far out. He's blurry. There he goes. I see him.
You have to get inside so you can see you. So you're not blurry.
Hey, how's it going, sir?
Hey, Oren, what's going on? Nice to meet you.
Glasses.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
All right, he's out of here.
Yeah,
I just wanted to introduce you. I'm on a podcast.
What, you got any questions for me, Phil?
Well, I'm asking. Yeah, he's giving me the family history here, Wayne.
Oh, you should call Dad and put him in the Zoom.
So
I saw your dad with the new Kia, right?
I'm like, Warren, we need to. How are we gonna? What are we gonna do to like be different, right? We gotta be different. Right? This is the podcast.
Gotta be different.
What are we gonna do? Everybody had car service. Who has?
There's a lot of car services. How are you gonna be different?
Right. We have to give something different. So
yeah, remember that car service, Utah, that was all Japanese drivers.
Yes. Utah. Yep. XYZ, the other one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what can we do? I said, you know what I want to do? And I love cars. So that was one of the reasons we got the car service. And I said, let's get one of those Escalades. They're like the jet van Escalades, the ones that are like private jets inside. So I go to my friend and I say, hey, can you build me one of these Escalades? Like, it's $90,000 a build. I'm like, $90,000 a build? I'm like, that's crazy. And plus the car. He's like,
plus the car, then you got to pay.
I'm like, that's crazy. So randomly, my other friend calls me. He goes, no way. And I see this Escalade on eBay. It's for sale. They want $120,000 for it, already done.
Wow.
I said, he sends me the link. It's a blue one, and it's in Greenwich, Connecticut.
No, it's close
Fully
by.
done. Sick. Raised roof, the whole back, everything super nice. So I'm like, you know what? Who the hell has a blue Escalade? Obviously, this is somebody's personal car. It's not a black one.
Right.
It's in Greenwich. I don't even care if I buy this car. I want to meet who the owner is.
Right, sure.
Because the owner of that car, for sure, is someone I want in my service.
Right.
For sure. Because
Gotta be a money guy.
I know is Ralph Lauren got one,
Uh-huh.
Tommy Hilfiger got one, and probably some other bigwig in Connecticut has one. I know that there's not many of those out there. This is in 2011. So we DM or message the people on eBay and like, hey, I said I want to come see the car. Well, we're busy this week. Can you come next week? We can meet you at 1 p.m. on 38th Street between 5th and 6th. Like 120, 38 West 38th Street or something. 15 West 38th Street, I believe it was. I'm like, sure, I'll be there 1 o'clock. No, I'm in my sweatpants. Oren has a broken leg at the time. He's in sweatpants. Just building the view up. You'll appreciate this.
Okay.
Sure. I think you will. So you meet the driver. I go look at the car. I'm like, damn, this is nice. I'm in the back. This is sick. I'm like, wow, this is a crazy car. I'm like, hey, by the way, who's the owner of this car anyway? He goes, oh, his name is Richard Baker. He owns Lord and Taylor. I'm like, oh, wow, Richard loves Lord and Taylor. It's crazy. He's like, oh, yeah, he's coming right now. Like, he's very on point, that guy. Get out of the truck. This guy comes running down the block. Nice suit and tie. Hey, so guys, what do you think about the truck? I'm like, oh, it's nice. What do you think? What do you think about the truck? It's beautiful. He goes, okay, so you're buying it? I'm like, well, to be honest with you, sir, I would love to buy your truck, but I don't have $120,000 to buy it. We just bought our Escalade 4 months ago, and that's the bottom line. He's like, oh, swearing everything. This is how it happened immediately. Yeah. How about this? I'll give you a loan.
Yeah, he'll finance it.
You can pay me back. You put money down, you pay me back. I said, to be honest with you, I don't say thank you, but I can't see the value for me to pay $120,000 for this truck. I understand what you paid for. You said you showed me receipts. It was $170,000 plus the truck. So I know what you paid, but that's you. And this is me. He goes, well, why don't you make an offer? This is in the middle of the street. Sweatpants.
Yeah, sure, of course.
You know Richard Baker is?
I don't know him. No, I don't know the name.
Oh, okay. He owns Saks now. He owns Hudson Bay.
It's Hudson Bay.
Yes, Hudson Bay. He's the owner.
So they own they bought Lord and Taylor, and they bought Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yeah. He's a monster. Harris, he owns now, like monster. Super tycoon.
I know Hudson Bay. I just don't know his name.
Okay. Google his name whenever we're done, so you can kind of see. So you get the vibe. You're having this on the street with this guy.
Yeah, sure. Well, 38th Street and Fifth Avenue is right next to Lord and Taylor. It's right there.
Exactly. That was in his corporate office. I mean, the guy lives in Conyers Farms, crazy, big architect, like billionaire too. But on the street, we're having this conversation.
Of course,
okay?
yeah.
This is a monster tycoon that you have to get through 10 assistants to get to talk to him. So I'm like, listen, I don't have, even if you loan me the money, I'm not paying $120 for this truck. This is not worth it. He goes, well, what do you want to do? I said, well, listen, this is what if you said yes, I would find the money somewhere. Don't be insulted. I said, give me the truck for $50,000. I'm not doing $50,000.
Right.
I go, my brother goes, okay, I got a deal for you. He goes, how about this? We'll give you $70,000 and we'll give you $20,000 of car service to the Bedlands. Right. He goes, done. Be in my office tomorrow in Westchester and purchase, and we'll put an agreement together, blah, blah, blah. Cool, no problem. Pay him the money the next day.
Right.
Do I contract up 4 months? I don't get one phone call from him. Like, well, him, his assistant, I call you, says, hey, listen, this is Wayne. We owe you guys like car service. Like, we'd like to start paying it off.
Right.
And finally she starts calling us. Now I'm driving. This is how I agreed on the payments to be $100 to the airport. So he was going from Greenwich to HPN twice a week. Okay. Mm-hmm. Going there and coming back same day. I would go up to his house at 5 a.m. for $100 to drive to the airport. So I paid this $20,000 off.
Sure.
Got very close with his family, his wife, his kids, started to like really network in with them.
Right.
Ended up getting the Lord and Taylor contract for car service, the Saks contract for car service. And on top of that, just driving this guy around, I learned a lot just listening to him and educating myself. Now, he was like, he's not like my other friends you see him, like me and Klein. We have a great relationship. We're both into cars. We hit it off right. And, Greenwich guy and a guy like Klein, I'm not going to connect with Greenwich people. It's just what it is, no matter what. But we hit it off in another way, respecting me. I mean, to the point where I would come pick him up. He'd be in his underwear. Hey, wait, you want to make you coffee? And it was just wild. Like this relationship happened. And I learned a lot from him. And that's kind of like how my brother and I went along and built the business and just threw it out there. You never know.
Well, you got good accounts. You got a Lord and Taylor account. You got the Saks accounts. Those are great accounts.
It was great. And just who knew that we meet this guy in the street? And I was just really looking for the heck of it.
Right.
And so from there, we just continued doing things like that. And then then got to, gets to other things and networking with the cars and the rallies. I don't know.
So then so then from the PCNY, which became the car service, basically.
So PCNY, Precision Concierge and Car Service, right? That's what we were. And we started building to do little things here and there for other people. And I meet another client. Started as a client, my friend Dave Lim. And from there, he's like, I want to try to buy a Maybach. I barely knew this guy at this time. I knew him 2 months. Hey, you want to do a deal? We'll go 50-50 on a Maybach. You use it for your service. I'll use what I want. Let's do a deal. So now I got a Maybach and start working together. And I'm just, my life, it kind of changes who I'm, seeing and meeting and driving around. I went from having an Escalade to a Maybach.
You could do deals with people.
Correct. Things are changing. Oh, shit. Let's pause that for a second. I don't want this on video. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is kind of important. I don't know. Still recording.
1 second. Oh, I clicked on screen share by accident.
Sorry, Paul. It's a lot of Philip. Sorry. Okay, back to what I was saying. So, Precision Concierge started doing little things for other people, and the name became too long, and I broke it down to PCNY, and the PCNY name started going. Fast forward 12 years. Let me tell you what PCNY stands for.
Yeah.
PCNY doesn't have nothing to do with Precision Concierge New York. It does because that's what it embodies. But it means if you rock this P, or you mess with me, you respect me, whether you love cars, you don't love cars, or whatever you do, as long as we rock together, whatever we do, that means you're a good person in life.
Mm-hmm.
You give back when you can, and you hustle like a motherfucker.
Right.
And that's
so you got a real mission statement behind the logo and behind the brand and behind the PCNY. So then at some point you started PCNY in the streets.
Yes, I'll get to that now.
Yeah.
So fast forward 2012, where the car service is building up. We're really making really good connections. I mean, we got Major League Baseball is one of our accounts. I mean, we got names. I'm like, wow, I can't believe that we just did this for nothing. And it's pretty cool. I started getting into the car stuff more. I go on a rally. It was called Gold Rush Rally. And it was the first rally I ever did. It was in 2013, 14. We drove from Vegas to New York. It was like a dream. I was in my friend's black Lamborghini with him. And I was like, wow, this is like my high school, my kiddie dream. Not high school. Like, I always dreamed of this. And
it's like Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds.
Cannonball Run, exactly. Cannonball Run, exactly. My favorite movie. So did that 1 year, went back the next year, did it again. This one was San Diego to Miami. And, the crowd on that rally, it just wasn't for me. Cool people, nice people, nothing to say bad about it. It just wasn't for me. Everybody's like, you should do your own rallies, do your own rallies. I'm like, because I already had the group of people. So I'm like, all right, I'll do my own rallies. So I did one rally in the city in New York. It was 2015. I invited this girl, and her name was Joanne Del Preti. And she has a Lamborghini. She's an older woman. Not older, but my age. Right. She had a Lambo, and she didn't come. And I called her. She goes to all the car events. I said, Joanne, how come you didn't come to my event? I'm a little berserk. Considering we do a lot of work together. I do security for all of her events. And she goes, Wayne, you don't have a charity on your event. I don't do anything that doesn't have a charity attached to it. I'm like, all right, I can respect that. I'm not an event guy. I don't do that. I said, I got you. I respect that. So right after that rally in July of 15, everybody's, Wayne, when's the next rally? I'm like, when's the next rally? Well, I got an idea. I'll do a book bag drive. This way, Joanne, it's all charity. That's what we'll do. So next thing I did, book bag drive. First year, I think we did 1,000 book bags and supplies.
Right, school supplies for the kids. I read about that.
Right, that was my first year, 2015, 1,000. Joanne came, whatever. Right after that, I'm leading up to the PCNY on the streets. Right after that, when's another rally? Because I put these rallies together it's fun. You're getting what you want. You're getting the cars. You're getting the woman. You're getting the excitement, and you're getting the networking. So if you like my type of crowd, it's a home run for you. You get to do it all.
Sure.
If you're single, for the woman only, obviously, not for the married people.
Right.
So after I said, okay, I'm going to do a turkey drive. We'll raise money for turkeys. So first year we did 600 turkeys, and this is how it really started. This is like life-changing moment right here.
So it's the Thanksgiving time that really changed everything.
But there was a moment that happened on the book bag. So we're on our last stop. We had 5 stops in the city. Everything is working. Like the book bag drive, I just went to neighborhoods giving book bags out. The turkeys, I actually organized locations, schools, people that had to actually get it. Who's not taking free stuff anyway?
Of course.
Turkeys. So On the last stop, we were in Harlem, and we were giving out turkeys, and this lady comes walking by us, and I'm in the back, and she's just crying. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, she didn't know I'm the guy organizing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's up? You okay? She said, no, I prayed for a turkey this year. I didn't think I was gonna have it on the table and all this other stuff. And you guys really, I'm just so excited and happy. And I'm like, yeah, she's not even homeless. You know, like she's not even homeless, and this is crazy.
Right.
So I said, Wayne, look what you just did, having fun. You just went from borough to borough, hooking people up with these turkeys. It didn't take much but a couple of posts to raise the money. You can't stop.
Right.
You can't
So
stop.
you're changing people's lives. It's such a simple thing, a turkey.
Simple thing. You can't stop. How do you stop that? Like you'd be very selfish to stop.
Right.
It's not for everyone, but if I'm doing it on this large scale, well, for me, that was large at that time. It was 600 turkeys. That's feeding 5 people, 6 people per turkey. What was that? It's feeding a couple, 15, 6 times 5, 30,000 people. You can eat off that.
Yeah.
Right? 600 families, 30,000 people. There's 5 people in each family. Like, that's crazy when you think about it.
When you think about it in those numbers.
Right. And it's reality. That's not even a lot. 6 people on turkey, 4 people, still 20,000, 30,000.
Right.
So,
and now these days, people are deciding on, do I buy food or do I buy gas these days?
Right. Yeah. It's crazy. Oh, this is going to be extra crazy this year. So, So I said to myself right there on the spot, I said, damn, I got to figure out what else I'm going to do. And the next thing coming up was Christmas. I'm like, I'm not doing a toy drive. Everyone does a toy drive.
Yes.
Everybody does a toy drive. I don't want, not that I don't want to help the kids out, but so many people get it. It's one of the holidays that people go crazy for, which is great. And I also don't want to keep doing events where I have to ask for sponsors and people to sign up. Because it's like, oh, damn, here comes Wayne calling, 1,500, 2,000. Every time Wayne calls, it costs so much. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm going to go down to the street, downtown. I'm going to get a good meal, not like a ham and cheese sandwich. I'm going to find someone that's homeless, and I'm going to feed them to them. I'm going to set them up with a snack tray, a chair. I still have the video. It's crazy.
Right.
Snack tray, chair, a sick meal. So
this you were going to do just like one-on-one, like one person.
One-on-one. That was the plan. One-on-one. I'm just going to change one person. People are like, why are you just going to do it for one person? Try to do it. I'm like, just relax. Let me just do what I do. Like, let me please. Like, I can't save everybody.
Everybody's trying to tell you how to run it.
Yeah. It's like, let me just do what I'm doing. So, go downtown. I'm at my friend's restaurant, Ricardo's. Shout out Ricardo's, Eddie's restaurant, very good uptown. And I ordered a lobster, pasta, steak, all this, whatever.
Yeah.
Driving around with my friend Dom. It's kind of crazy. We're in the Rolls Royce. We have the food in the back. It's kind of a little too much, I think, even for the first guy. We find the guy sleeping in like a stairwell. Hey, bro, what's up? When I wake up, I got like amazing food, drink, this, that. Give me a hard time. Anyway, long story short, I gave it to him.
Right.
Next day, I said, I got to go out and do something again. Now that I helped that guy, I want to do it again. I go out, I buy pizza, walking around the street. And now this is December. Okay, it's cold. It's 50, It's freezing. Giving slices out, meeting people on the street. I'm meeting homeless people that are telling me they won't open their sleeping bag because they don't want the cold air to get in and they're sealed up. So I'm sorry, we're not going to eat food. I'm meeting people that are telling me, damn, this is the first hot food I had in 6 months. I'm in the subway. I'm down in the subway giving stuff out because it's too cold upstairs.
Too cold, yeah, sure.
And everybody's downstairs.
Yeah, I mean, there are homeless people. When someone says I didn't eat hot food in 6 months, you don't even realize that's
right.
The case.
You don't even realize it, right? Because there's levels to these homeless people I've learned. People that know the system,
yeah,
that
sure.
Know how to get food and know how to move around. And there's people that just get to the city and however they got, they don't know that there's opportunities to eat good food here. Well, you can eat meals all over. There's different types of people like I do stuff. But,
right.
So I'm going out the next day. I'm sort of, this is no lies. Go out the next day, another pizza pie, going around. I'm posting. I'm not posting for, I'm posting to encourage other people to do it.
So you're posting on Instagram already at this point. On Instagram,
hey guys, we all want to just, next time you go to dinner, grab an extra meal. I'm not telling them to come meet up with me. I'm just telling them, next time you go out to dinner, grab extra meal for somebody.
Right.
So now I've gone out 5 days in a week. A couple of friends came with my Western pies. We've been giving them out every day, learning new stories. And then I get a DM from some guy, Zebby, his name was. Hey man, I love what you're doing, bro. Can I bring some chicken? I'm like, chicken? I'm like, yeah, I want to come meet you for chicken. I own a chicken store in Queens. I'd love to come and help you. I'm like, all right, meet me by Penn Station.
Mm-hmm.
Go over by Penn Station because it's freezing still. Go downstairs. Tell some people, like, I'm not bringing all this chicken now. I'm gonna walk around with chicken now, handing out chicken. Like, we'll go get people from downstairs. I'll have it in the back of the truck. They'll come out. So this is how it started on 34th and 8th. And we go downstairs.
So you're right by Madison Square Garden.
Right. I mean, we are on Madison Square Garden block. No, we're on 33rd. Sorry, 33rd. Now we're on 34th. We're on 33rd and 8th. And people are coming up to the truck. We're giving out food, and I'm doing this every day, 5 days a week.
Wow.
The first 3 weeks, this is another life-changing moment. The first 3 weeks, I was doing every day. I started paying for myself, and people were chipping in, and whatever. It was fine. It wasn't out of control because it wasn't feeding too much people at the time.
Right.
15 people max.
You're right. But eventually, you can't say I can't buy food for everybody all the time because you have your own bills to pay too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that. So 3 weeks doing this, a guy gets online. He has iPods in his earpods. Well, not earpods, but iPhone like things, not the wires. Nice glasses, dressed nice. I'm like, whoa, dude, this is for homeless people. He goes, I gotta be homeless to be hungry, and that hit me hard.
Wow. I'm
like, damn, that's true. Like, if he's standing online to eat food out of the back of my truck,
right?
Clearly, this guy, is he needs to eat.
You never know what someone's going through. You don't live with them. You don't know behind closed doors. You don't know what's going on in people's lives. So
another life-changing moment for me. And I said, wow, we're here to help the hungry. It's not forget about the homeless people that are hungry.
Right.
Week goes by. This is when things just turbocharge.
It's a very interesting thing you just said. We're here to help the hungry. It's not necessarily you got to be homeless to be hungry, but people are hungry.
People are hungry. They don't have anything to think about. When you're not making money, you can barely get by. You get an extra meal. Everything's rationed out.
Yeah.
So fast forward, another week goes by. I get a DM from this kid, David. Hey, man, I love what you do. It's some Asian kid from Sacramento. Hey, man, I love what you do. I just want to send you some money. What's your PayPal? I'm like, here it is. I had the PayPal. I'm like, what the fuck? 1,500?
Wow.
Hey, man, I call him back. I'm bugging.
Yeah.
I call him back. I said, I'm going to call this guy and tell him I feel bad. He was probably something wrong. Hey, Dave, just, you sent me 1,500. He goes, no. That's what I sent you. I wanted to donate 15.
You were worried he hit the zero twice. You were worried.
Yeah, I thought he hit zero. I'm like, after he sent 150. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Like, I don't know this guy in the whole world. I've just been messing around with Instagram. I'm like, this inspired me now. Now I got more inspired that people actually care enough what I'm doing that I don't even know send 1,500.
Sure.
I'm like, this for not even knowing anybody. I'm saying, wow, that's amazing. 2 days later, I get a call from a dear friend of mine now, who's a dear friend. His name is Steve Macros. He owns Talassa. It's a Greek restaurant down in Tribeca. I don't know if you've ever been there. You should go if you ever want some good Greek food. He says, Wayne, I have 10 trays of food for you tonight. Let me tell you something. The 1,500 was cool because it was like a good amount and it was cool. When he told me he had 10 trays of food for me, that I didn't have to stress to figure out where I'm getting food that night and who I got to call early, have it ready. It was better than any deal I've ever done in business. Like any money I could have ever made for a deal, whatever might have been the biggest, whatever it was. That call of having those 10 trays and him calling me, come down here. I got this amazing food for you. And amazing. I'm like, this is the feeling in my heart was just, it was different. I didn't care about, like I said, anything I've done in business, I've never had this emotion to this guy saying he has 10 trays of food, which whatever, I owe a couple $100 I can pay. But the fact that he wanted to
give it, of course.
And what I knew how that changed my night dramatically. I don't have to go stand in the chicken stand and wait or wherever I'm calling clients.
Was that the most food you ever had at one time when he gave those 10 trays?
Not even close. Oh my God. I'm at 300 people a week right now. So every Wednesday, 300 people or more. So that's how it kind of got rolling. We're doing 5 days a week. And one of the homeless people, she's actually a famous homeless person. Her and her husband are like always in the newspaper, Charmaine and Red, I'll never forget them. She goes, man, stop coming 5 days a week. Because it starts becoming hard. Every day I'm still having to figure out where I'm getting food from, how much I'm paying. It started to cost you money. It wasn't like I'm getting donations every day. I wasn't. It was just me doing my thing. And I was just addicted to it, and I could afford to do it, so I was doing it. Well, it was a little ridiculous. People were saying, Wayne, what are you doing? Every day? The homeless lady says, Wayne, stop coming here every day. We appreciate you. You're burning yourself out. Don't do it. We have other midnight run. We have this. We have that. We can get food. Don't come here every day. Stop. Homeless person telling me this.
Of course. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. I understand. Absolutely.
Homeless person.
Yeah.
I bring it down to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So now we're going Monday, Wednesday, it's the whole year, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Finally, now that's starting to be, lines are getting big. It's like, oh, this is crazy. I'm kind of getting tired of it. 3 days a week is a hell of a lot. Like a hell of a lot.
It's a lot of work.
And being responsible for it and doing it really just went down to 2 days.
People are counting on you to show up.
Right. Yes, they're counting on me. Went down to 2 days a week, and then we finally brought it down to 1 day, thank God. And it's been 1 day a week for 7 straight years. The only time it stopped was when COVID came, obviously, for obvious reasons. And I was happy that it stopped. I was like, finally, it's over. I'm good. I was really out. And people started up without me after COVID kind of slowed down a little bit after 3 months. and fired right back up. And we've had some amazing stuff. You know why we continue to do it? I've had homeless people come to Wayne. Do you understand what these Wednesdays are? These Wednesdays have changed my life.
Wow.
The fact that you guys come out, you show so much love. And even though I try to pump them up when I'm out there, I know they're not. They're so miserable. They're homeless. They're not going to play to my antics.
Sure,
but
of course.
Deep down, they genuinely love Wednesdays because it's a different vibe. They have these people pulling up in these crazy cars, and we talk to them. We can talk, we don't just throw food at them and leave. And I've had food. I've had everything from Rayos to caviar to Tao to live barbecues in the street to rap concerts in the street to I had a for my 4-year anniversary. Did you see that I did the carnival?
I did. I did.
Carnival, pirate ship, Ferris wheel.
So at some point, did the city have to get involved here because you're taking up the sidewalk?
They used to giving me a little problem, but they became cool. Like, we're not gonna stop this guy. The carnival, though, because I promote it. They saw it was happening when I got there that night. I got there early. There's 3 sergeants sitting. I'm like, what the hell are the cops doing? They're never here when I pull up.
Right.
Wayne, we know you're trying to have a carnival here. If you have a Ferris wheel on 34th Street, I'm going to arrest you. I swear on everything. And
you had the Ferris wheel coming. You had it coming, right?
The Ferris wheel's driving behind him as he's telling me this. I swear on, I can't believe this. I'm like hoping he don't turn around because I don't want to get arrested for no reason. He's like, you're not putting a Ferris wheel on 34th Street. I'm like, no, I'm not. I was just posting that just, get people's attention. I'm not doing that. Right. And right behind his back, they're towing it. I'm like, go.
Keep going.
So real quick, I had to change everything up. I'm like, listen, go to 27th Street between 11 and 12. That block is quiet. I got to get all the homeless people into black cars. I got sprinters coming to pick them up. These people haven't been to car service.
Oh, so you moved everyone to where the Ferris wheel went.
Yeah. And man. Are we going to leave us? I said, listen, just get in the cars. I feel bad for the drivers. These people are smelling, and they're so scared to get in the car. What about my bags? We're gonna put your bags in the car. Don't worry.
So you gave them a real VIP service to a carnival.
True VIP service. It was wild. We get to the 27th Street, and we have the block for 3 hours shut down.
Wow.
Once from 11 to 12, shut the cops passing by now. I mean, there's a Ferris wheel, it's a pirate ship, stilt walkers, carnival games, cotton candy. I got DJ Camilo, DJ on the side. I got food, I got clothes.
Right.
I got about 75 cars. It is nuts. It is just absolute. It looks like San Gennaro Feast.
And it's all donated because it's all the organization.
Everybody pulls up heavy for it, donates, and you'd be amazed the stuff that has live barbecues. We have barbecues on the street.
That's amazing. I mean, really, really amazing.
Wow. So it's come a long way. And that's all from, that lady really saying, hey, I need help. And then just what it is.
And the people know you come on one night. They know that's the night I have to be at this location because Wayne is coming. He's got the whole big spread. And they know a lot of things are going to go on there.
Correct.
They're going to have a fun night and they'll get fed also.
Yep. Correct.
So when did you realize that at some point that, Instagram was going to be your go-to app to get people to notice what you're doing? I mean, there's a lot of apps. You could have chose Snapchat. You could have used Facebook.
Using it from the beginning when I was using it after the first 2 years. I think it came out 11, maybe 12.
So maybe a little earlier, somewhere around there.
I started seeing. I started. Well, I didn't get into it right away, and then the first 2 years I was using it a little bit, but I wasn't going crazy. I was never using stories, and I watched something on the internet about Instagram and using it for your business and how to do it. And one thing that said was show who you are as a person.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And some people say that's bad for me.
People love the authenticity of behind the scenes. Right, that's why all the celebrities get the huge followings. They show, hey, I'm in my house eating a sandwich. I'm a regular person.
Right. Show you as a person. And some people are like, oh yeah, the things you do, a lot of people might know, like, well, what, those aren't for me, those people. I'm cool. Like, if I don't have every dollar, I'm fine. And I started doing the videos and started pushing it harder. And then once I changed the logo to PCNY and started really getting my logo involved and just kind of just gone from there. And then just other relationships have happened and some cool stuff.
That's really really amazing. So the rallies that you do, like you just did one in Miami. So do you use those rallies? Because I know you're also somehow affiliated, or you also have a connection with the Garden of Eden Foundation.
Yes.
And it's Rally to Race, you call it.
Rally to the Race.
Rally to the Race. So is that just strictly a fundraiser that people donate to get the car in the rally?
Yeah, listen, since I do charity every day,
right.
I do charity every day. So yes, we always there's always a charity and everything, but there's nothing specific. The only things that are specific is book bag drive, turkey drive.
Right.
But otherwise, it's charity whenever we can, whenever we get help out. I'm doing something with the hurt veterans right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you just give me a few minutes?
Nice.
We're sorry that you're in a communal area.
I know.
Okay, is that intentional?
Just keep it down. Just keep it to a whisper in here, please.
So my just quickly an aside, my daughter, she started a charity when she was 8 years old.
Started what?
A charity when she was 8.
Okay. Oh, amazing.
Now she's 22. And it's called Vision Foreign from Children. She was born with a cataract in her left eye. It was removed when she was 9 weeks old. She has 20/20 vision now in that eye. But when she went to the hospital when she was 8, she had some muscle surgery for that eye. And she saw families there that were from other countries at the New York Eye and Ear Infirmary on 14th Street and 2nd Avenue. So she saw these families and she said, how come these people coming from, they came from Venezuela, they came from Ecuador to have surgery in New York on their children. Why didn't they stay where they live and do it over there? So explained, people don't have the money, they don't have the doctors, they don't have the kind of care. So she thought, I can hand out toys to these kids. So we used to set up a room in the hospital. We got permission. She would hand out toys to the little kids, make them feel better because the kids didn't know what's going on. I'm going to have a surgery. What does that mean? They don't know what's going on. And the president of the hospital found out. And then the president said, I want to bring you to a meeting of the board of directors. She was 8 years old, to the board of directors of the hospital. And she went to that meeting and she had the idea that if she could help just a few kids in the hospital, why can't she help kids all over? You know how a kid thinks. If I could help a few kids here, why can't I help kids all over the world? I can help kids everywhere.
Right.
So they made her the official ambassador to the New York Eye and Ear Infirmary.
8 years old.
She was 8. And then every year they would do like a fundraiser. She came up with the name Vision Foreign from Children, meaning children would help raise money to help other children who needed eye care and eye surgery. It was all based on your eyes. So anyway, the hospital would do these fundraisers for her once a year. They would have a luncheon. The doctors would come and pay. They'd do speeches. Then they would take everyone to a Broadway show. And then, as she got older, it got bigger and bigger. And she won a lot of awards, like the Princess Diana Award. She won the Jefferson Award for public service. She was with Mariano Rivera and Tom Brokaw together. They won the Jefferson Award for public service, the three of them. She was the youngest one to ever get it. So, now she's finishing up college. In the last couple of years, she couldn't do so much with it because she's, with her studies. But in any event, it's something that I tell her, you could really expand this. And also she funds a mission in the Dominican Republic every year. The doctors from New York go down there. They do eye surgery on kids where eye disease, which is very prevalent in there, and kids who are older. We don't see it here in the States because they take care of it when the kids are very little. But over there, they don't have the care. Down there. So, it's an amazing thing. Like you started, you saw an opportunity to help out the people, and it blossoms into something that, oh my God, I'm helping so many people. I can't, I can't believe it. She's helped over 30,000 kids have eye surgery.
Wow.
And it's all done for free. She makes a phone call. She knows the donor. Oh, I have to get a refractor down to the mini room. We need $3,500. The person says, okay, no problem. FedEx you the check. And the person FedExes the check to her, donation to the, to the charity. So, just those things sort of take on a life of their own. They're just like what you did, starting just with the cars and came up 100%. to something else. So I'm in fashion and I'm watching you on Instagram, and all of a sudden I see, Philip Line, and I don't know him, but I know his line. I've been in his stores and I understand what he does when it comes to his fashion. And how did that work out? He found you because of the charity, or how did you guys become friends?
Crazy story. Hold on. The charger is starting to go low. 1 second. Crazy story. I mean, not crazy, but you know what it is? Hold on, we good?
We're good. Perfect.
Okay, I put it sideways, right? Okay. So 2016, I get a call from this guy. You see Alec Monopoly, the artist.
Oh, yeah, sure. Alec Monopoly, the artist. Absolutely.
I knew him through Instagram. A lot of people I knew. And he says, Wayne, I have my friend. He got his Rolls Royce in the city. He wants to send it out to LA to wrap it and do a few things and whatever. And I said, you don't got to do that. I know this guy Wayne in New York. He could do it. At that time, I don't have a shop. I'm just a guy on Instagram. You see that, mess with cars, and that's it. But he tells his friend, Bill, go to Wayne. Wayne can do it for you. He has a shop. So I get it.
So 1 second. So what you have now, you have PCNY and No Limits, right?
Well, PCNY.
PCNY. Because I saw No Limit also in the Bronx. They have a place like on near the Sheridan Expressway.
No Limit has their own body shops.
Yeah.
Their own, but each one's individually owned, just
right.
so it's clear for the public. And this is a PCNY.
Got it.
No Limit venture, but it's separate from all the other ones.
Sure.
So, but I didn't have any of this then.
Right.
Car service. Just they see me around cars. So Alec tells me, "No, this guy will take care of you." So they connect me to the client, well, really to his assistant. Oh, he has a Rolls Royce. He wants it wrapped. He wants to change the headlights. He wants to put rims and this and that. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So I have my friend shop in Jersey. I'm like, we're gonna go pick this Rolls Royce up. We're gonna wrap it. It's funny. I was just looking at these messages the other day. It's so weird.
Uh-huh.
So we get his car. We wrap the whole car the color they want. The assistant calls me. I'm not even talk. I don't talk to Philip. I just talk to the assistant.
Right. Sure.
The assistant calls me, and we don't. Philip does not like it. Take the wrap off. I'm like, take the wrap off. I'm like, we just wrap this whole car. What do you mean take the wrap? It doesn't like it. I'm like, you have to pay for it, right? Oh, no problem.
No problem.
You pay for it. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Take the wrap off. Put the car back in the garage. 2 weeks later, Philip would like to wrap the car again, a different color. I'm like, okay. Are you sure? I don't want to. I mean, I appreciate the job, so it's a little weird. Like, I don't want to have an issue with I don't know.
You also want to make sure that he's not doing it because he doesn't like the job you did.
Right, he never saw the car. He just saw pictures of it. Yeah, no, never even saw the car. I'm like, all right, I'll get the car. I didn't know how weird you're going to charge me back. What are you doing? Like, why would you unwrap the car now? Try to tell me wrap the car again. So we get the car back. Now it turns into I want to change the headlights on the car for the Series 1 to the Series 2. I want these rims. This. I said Series 1 to Series 2. I said, that's a crazy job. Like that's never been done before ever. I don't know. Like it's gonna be very expensive too.
And those Rolls Royce headlights must cost a fortune.
Oh yeah, like $6,000 each. Then just the computer's name, taking a computer that taking an old Apple computer and a new Apple computer, trying to make them work together.
Right.
So I'm like, this is a big job. It's gonna take quite a while. It's never been done before. So you go, okay, he wants it done in 2 months. I'm like, well, I don't think it's gonna be done in 2 months. Well, please, if you can do it in 2 months, I'll do my best. 2 months go by, it's not done. I said, I need more time. It's just a lot of work to do. You don't understand. It's not the average person you do. I have a specialist coming in at night, working on these lights. The car's wrapped already. We got the rims. We changed the front end as far as like the body work, but making these lights work, we haven't done. So he's finally coming back to America. I never met him yet. He's coming back to America in December of 16. And he's like, I need my car. Make sure it's ready in my garage. I'm like, I'm telling you, his car's not gonna be ready. I said, I'll deal with this. I rent him a 911 Turbo.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Plyan, the best thing I can do, I'm gonna leave you a 911 Turbo. It's free.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I want my car.
Right.
And now knowing him how I know him and I understand how he is,
of course.
It. But I'm like, what's the big deal? You raise 911 Turbo, you give you an equal car. Might not be a raise, but it's equal car. I want my car. I'm like, well, you can't have it because it's just not ready yet. I'm sorry. Give him the car. He has it like 7-8 days. As I promised, free, no problem. So when he's leaving, I go to meet him in his house to kind of like have this conversation about these lights.
So you met him in LA because he's got a place in New York and a place in LA.
Right. Well, not at that time he didn't have LA. He just had New York.
Right.
So I go to his apartment in New York.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he got all these chandeliers in his house. And I listen.
I've seen it online.
Right. You see all these chandeliers? I'm sure you know. I'm sure. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on a second.
Yeah, sure.
This is eBay calling me. I got to deal with this one second. This is like doing a big something for them. Oh my God. What's my code? I don't even know. Oh my God. Nobody can do anything without like doing it. This is retarded. Sorry. Hey, what's up, bro? Hello? Hey, what's up? Cool. I'm not there. Nobody came to turn it on?
What he's bringing?
Give me 20 minutes. I'm on a podcast right now. Give me 20 minutes. But nobody can turn the car on? No one can turn it on?
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's for the van, no?
Yeah. Do you tell them that? You need the windows up? Oh, they put the windows down? So why don't you ask the guy? Why don't you ask the guy who put the windows down to put them up?
You ordered it, or sorry, you didn't have it on hand?
No, it's already on.
So the guy who put it down can't put them up?
But they're gonna send it.
All right, give me like 20 minutes. I'll get out. 20 minutes, bro. Oh my God, boy, I'm dealing with stupidity today. So I'm at his house. I'm like, hey, you see all the chandeliers? You see how they work? It's probably not just plug and play, right? It was complicated, right? You have 50,000. I said, that's the same thing with your car. He goes, hey, why don't you meet me at the, as I'm talking, why don't you meet me at the plaza? We have a drink. I'm like, what? I'm just in the middle of telling you. I'm like, okay, sure. He goes, yeah, I'll be there in a half hour. Just I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm like, all right, that's weird. Like, what's going on here? It was just having a conversation about your car.
About the car.
Yet. I go and meet him at the plaza. He has his girlfriend at the time, some like Yugoslavian model, or she was.
Right.
Sit down there. I'm like, I'm a little like kind of crazy. I'm not really. Why does this guy invite me to the plaza?
He opened up a little atelier shop in the plaza for a while, didn't he? Like an upper floor there with a terrace.
Across the street.
Across the street.
4 West 58th Street. Yeah,
okay.
Across the street. That was his office at the time.
Right.
The store was on Madison. So
yeah, the store was on Madison. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, why am I?
They closed that store on Madison, and they only have the one downtown, I think, now, right?
I don't have that either. They only have
they don't have that either.
He's been looking for a space. He wants a monster space. He
wants a big space. Not that easy in the city.
No, he got Woodbury right now though. So he's actually rebuilding a new store for him out there. So I'm like, I guess I'll go to the plaza. I don't know why you're inviting me there, but no problem. So I go down there, have a drink. We're just talking, and we just start chopping it up. Just two guys that like cars, and
right,
kind of how the relationship started, and just me being who I was, not just telling him whatever he wants to hear. Your car's not ready for you, and that's it. This is what it is, and then it went from there to they had a fashion show, and hey, wait, can you help us get this is for the fashion show? And the system, I'm like, sure. I became like their concierge guy, doing a hell of a lot for them, and then they saw how responsible I was with everything between just his car and just the shows, and one thing led to another. He started coming to New York. He would call me to hang out. Car guys. Listen, I relate to your car.
He's a car guy. He shows it on his Instagram. He's got cars in Switzerland. He's got cars in LA.
Right. And it's gone from there to inviting me out to France, stay at his house for a few weeks.
I saw you in his pool.
Yeah, it was a good time. We had he took me to. I woke up when we're here. Passed for F1. Let's go. It was good guy. Good guy.
Seems like a good guy. I don't know him, but
super
he seems
cool,
like a good
down to earth.
Yeah.
I'm actually helping him build part of his house out. So I do everything. I built the store in Rodeo Drive for him.
Right.
I'm building a store in I'm building a store in Woodbury now, and then we're gonna do one in Aventura. So yeah, we became real cool, and it's like a brother to me.
Nice, very nice. So when are we going to see the PCNY times Pline limited edition T-shirts, sweatshirts?
It was coming. Every time we were about to do something, he'd say, "Wait, too long to do." Because I'm like, "Oh, let's do it for this event. Let's do it." But now it's coming. That's 100. That's a million zillion %. Of course, with the P's, and I do a lot of stuff together with him, so it's coming.
Yeah,
we just really, he's a big business, and
he's very big. Sure, he's all over the world.
Right. It can't be fly by night type of thing. We got to really put together. I think, you know what? You say this? Next year, we got F1 in Vegas. I think that's the time he's going to do a big thing. He's got 4 stores in Vegas. So he's going to do a big thing in Vegas.
I was in one in Vegas. In the maybe in the Win, maybe.
The Win, yeah. That was the first one. The Win. He got the Crystal, like 2 other stores. So now that you remind me, I'm going to start talking about it now.
Right.
Next year. So I can have it set. Yeah, 100%.
Right. So just tell me one last thing, that your experience at the F1 in Saudi Arabia, that seemed to me like a fascinating trip that you went on. I was like riveted watching your videos about that.
Let me tell you that more of how my relationships go. So COVID 2020 August, I had a phone call. It happens all the time. These calls. Oh, I have a prince, I have this, I have that, I have the celebrity. I have a prince.
I have a prince.
I'm like, I know everybody always has a prince. Whatever. I'm serious. I don't know the guy. Somebody recommended my number.
Sure.
I'm like, sure. How many days? They want 5 days. I'm like, all right, there's a prince. You know what? I hit him with a crazy price. Just I'm like, I'm not playing. You want to start the conversation by saying you have a prince?
Right.
You're gonna put prince prices.
Show me the prince.
Yeah. Like, here's the prices. What's up? So I tell him the price is like $1,800 a day, which is ridiculous for me to charge someone $1,800 a day was ridiculous. Right. So I go to meet the handler. Go downtown. The guy, his name is Anthony. Here's the car. Super nice guy. All right, here you go. Call me if you have any issues. 5 days go by. He's, oh, we're gonna extend it. I'm like, okay, extend it. I'm like, that was kind of crazy. Kept it 14 days, 1,800 a day.
Right. So he used the car. He used the car. He took a car from you. What?
Yeah, it's definitely a serious dude. Most people are renting a car for $1,800 a day for 2 weeks. So maybe I Googled the guy. He was definitely like an official guy. I didn't really dig into him like that. I go to pick the car up. The handler says, "Oh, wait, the prince wants you to go upstairs to have dinner with him." Like, the prince wants me to go upstairs to have dinner with him. I'm hot. It's the middle of the summer. It's COVID. I'm like, all right. You know what? I haven't met new clients like personally in networked in so long. Just
because of COVID, you couldn't be wearing around anybody.
Doing that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go meet this guy. I'm coming up. Don't worry. Come up, sit down. He has some like super nice apartment on like 53rd and like 8th, and he's sitting there. I'm not gonna mention it. He has a woman with him, younger woman. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's definitely one of those princes. Like, this girl's way too pretty for this guy. So I see what's going on.
Out of his league.
Yeah. So we're sitting here, oh, that's my soccer team right there playing. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're eating, we're having wine. Okay, nice meeting you. Blah. See you later. I stayed cool with the handler. That was summertime. In March the next year, the handler calls me. He goes, oh, the prince wants to invite you on his jet to Miami. I'm like,
I'm going.
Why? Like, why? Like, why? Like, just you want to come? Sure. Why wouldn't I? I'll meet you in Teterboro. I mean, it's a little bit of drama for me to get there, but I go there. Cool. I said, good time. Leave. Whatever. Fast forward. He calls me, my handler friend. He goes, Prince wants to invite you to Saudi Arabia GP. I'm like, of course I want to go to Saudi Arabia. Never had it.
Right, the Grand Prix,
Grand Prix. Invites me. I said, bring a friend. Flies us first class all the way out there. It starts in New York. We try to bring liquor on the plane. Like,
no,
Saudi Arabia,
dry country, I'm
like, can't even bring it on the plane. This is crazy.
Right.
Get on the plane. We get out there. He has a setup. He owns a bunch of hotels and whatever. He sets us up in a super nice hotel. I'm like, this is crap. Like the crazy huge suite. I'm talking extra huge, like stoop. I'm like, this is like weird at this point.
Right.
That's up. We go to the track and like again, there's no liquor anywhere. Just drinking a little coffee everywhere. It's just weird for us even being there.
Sure.
And being at that event was just, there's no grandstands that event. There's only one grandstand just on the straightaway. The rest is all VIP.
Right.
Because everybody is VIP out there.
That was really an amazing
it was
thing.
Insane. But just being at that race, you want to have a drink. You couldn't have a drink.
Right. I had that once in my store when I was on 51st and Madison because one of the princes used to stay at the Palace Hotel because he owned the Palace at the time. And they have handlers. One of his handlers came in and said, the prince across the street, and it was very cold. I think they were there in November or December. They didn't realize how cold it was going to be. They had no coats with them. So he came with a list of 25 sizes. He said, I got to buy 25 coats for all the entourage people. So while he was there buying the coats, the prince walked in and he was picking out all the coats for all the people. And I showed him a very special coat. I showed him 100% cashmere. It was olive green. Those years, it must have been like the late 90s, I think it was. But anyways, a pure cashmere olive green, and the lining was a full beaver on the inside. So it was like wearing a fur coat, but you couldn't see the fur. It was nice for a man. You could wear a fur, but no one sees you have it. So he said, I'm taking that one for myself. Nice. So that's how they come in, boom, it's a whole big thing.
Oh, yeah. We was going to 10 meals a day, going out here and there, sending car service. He over car 24 hours. He was downstairs. Oh, this is great. Then I got in trouble. I was showing his palace. That went viral.
Right.
Big problem.
That's right. You went to the palace, and then there was some rockets got launched or missiles.
We first landed. Yeah, from Yemen.
Yemen.
Yeah, it was crazy. But that was in Riyadh, and that's where I actually really lived. So I went to the palace. I showed it on Instagram. He got in big trouble for that.
Oh yeah, I remember you showed it on Instagram.
Yeah, hence I didn't get to that. You didn't see me in the Saudi Arabia GT this year. It wasn't a good situation, but he knew I was recording. He should have told me don't post it. I wouldn't have posted it. I didn't know.
Well, listen, you have a great story. You do a lot of great things for a lot of people. I mean, the PCNY in the streets. When I see it on Instagram, all those people that line up, and even in the dead of winter, they're there to get. They're not like you said. They're not there to get like ham sandwiches. They're getting hot gourmet meals. And to have all those connections, to think that you started just from, hey, we're going to get one car with my brother and we're going to, and this build, look, everything, all hard work, all businesses, everyone says, oh, you started, you did well, it must have been not too hard, blah, blah, blah. Anything worthwhile is hard.
It's facts.
You know,
This is
anything
true.
worthwhile is hard.
Any-
So, and
Any-
although people see you many years later that you're successful at what you're doing now and you have all these connections, like you said, you know, let's fast forward 12 years. That's 12 years went by.
Mm.
You know, that's not 12 days.
Right. Definitely
So
did.
you put in a lot of hard work and you're still a young guy. You got a lot more years to go.
I hope.
Right.
Not so young, but I hope.
Yeah. Look, I'm 54.
Great. You definitely don't look
So,
54.
Yeah, I'm 54. So I turned 54
Definitely don't
in
look
February.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm still, you know, I worked with my father every day for 30 years in the clothing stores. I stood every day, helped the customers, whatever you got to do, clean a mirror, help the customers, take out the garbage. I did all the window displays, whatever my father asked me, I did it. And now my father, it doesn't work anymore. Now I do it all online. But, you know, in a minute I could have a store and go back. You know, I carried brands just like the quality of Philip Plein, that price range.
Right.
You know, Canali and Zegna and Brioni and Keaton. Those are all the brands that I carried. And my father was the first to import most of those.
Do you know Andre is over at Keaton then? You must know Andre at Keaton. Andre is.
Oh, at
You have to
Keaton?
know him.
No, I know. If you know Andre, I don't know him. At Keaton, you said, right?
Yeah, I would think you know him. He's like,
well, I know Massimo Buzzocchi.
I don't know who that is.
Well, Massimo, he's the one who brought Keaton to the United States. He's president of Keaton North America and South America.
Yeah, this guy is like the manager of the store. But I feel you would know him because he's anything with suits, he's gonna be in the mix of.
Yeah, I don't know him, but if you say you met someone who knows Massimo,
he'll go crazy.
Massimo Buzzocchi.
Buzzocchi, got it.
Yeah, Massimo Buzzocchi. He started Keaton, and he found a lot of brands in Italy because he's Italian. And he has a very good eye, very smart guy. And he brought those brands to America and he made exclusives. Keaton only in Barney's. Bergdorf Goodman. For the whole first year, you couldn't buy Keaton anywhere but Bergdorf Goodman. You know, he does those types of things like, you know, the Luigi Borelli shirts. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I've heard the name, but I don't know.
Yeah, Luigi Borelli, he brought them. Those were the shirts that started the first time, those very thick buttons. Remember the shirts had these thick buttons on them? That was Luigi Borelli. He was the one who brought them from Naples. You know, he brought them here. And then they became big, open stores all over. You know, that was all Massimo's vision. And my father got Massimo his really second job after he got fired from his first job. He had no job many years ago. My father got him a job with a company selling pants. And then, you know, Massimo, being the guy he is, really went out on his own and became something, you know, very, very big. You know, he does all the shop and shop they have in Saks for Keaton. Massimo buys all the clothing for Saks, and that's what goes in that shop and shop. He picks everything for Saks. And, you know, of course, they got the store on 54th Street. They got that whole building there.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, my father placed an order for Keaton. And the problem at the beginning when they first started bringing it here was that if you took two size 40s, each fit a little different. They weren't the same, even though they're both the same size. So when it comes to Europeans, they might understand that each one is handmade. So the stitches go different directions. One could fit a little different. But when you start talking to Americans, that 40 is different from that 40, no, it's got to be the same.
Yeah, it's odd.
You know, it's a different thing. So that's the background that I come from, you know, with my father, my grandfather, you know, already a long time ago, you know. But the fashion business is fun. I still like it. You know, I still like it a lot.
God bless.
Yeah. So look, I appreciate what?
One day when I lose some weight, I'll be able to get something nice.
No problem at all. You look at my website one day, you'll see what I
used to shop at Lubin's.
Of course, I know Lubin's. Of course, I remember it. Absolutely, in Cross County.
That was my first bar mitzvah suit.
Yeah, all the boys bought their bar mitzvah suits there.
Like that throwback right there.
That's right. Cross County Shopping Center.
Yep.
Where used to be Gimbals used to be over there.
Yeah, Gimbals. Yep.
Remember Gimbals?
Absolutely. Throwbacks.
That's right. So look, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're busy. You got a lot of things going on. And
thank you for having me. I appreciate you having interest in me, to be honest. You know,
sure.
I'm a little rough around the edges. A lot of people are a little like,
no, why? That's
they are. They are just Wayne's a little wild out to lunch, and but you know, obviously we relate, so that's I appreciate that.
We're both from New York. We've seen everything almost, right?
Yeah, we've seen a lot. We've definitely seen a lot. That's facts.
You got stories in your business. I have stories in my business with customers, with things that go on, with you know, with problems with customers, with happy customers. There's always something that's going on, you know, when it comes to business, you know. And like I said in the beginning, you take it home with you.
All right.
You know. So thanks again for coming on. I appreciate it. And I thought it was a great conversation, really insight into what you do and to showing your success with everything you do with cars, and of course the charity, which is really the most important,
Right. Correct.
the most
Absolutely.
important part.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah.
Looking forward to watching it.
Okay, excellent. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Okay.